Thank you. Please announce yourself. All participants are muted. Entry and exit tones are off.
Yeah, good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. Welcome to the morning show for entrepreneurs. My name is Haziq Ali. I'm just here to help you make more money with your business. That's the long and the short of it. You can follow me on Instagram, Mr. Haziq Ali. That is not my page. If it's asking you, do you want to invest in some crypto or do some trading? That is not my page. My page is Mr. Haziq Ali, no underscore. I'm probably going to go ahead and bite the bullet and do the verification thing, but people are wild. Anyway, give me a replay, gang, if you're watching the replay. Sometimes we teach you how to get it using heart set, and being more emotionally intelligent. Sometimes we teach you how to get it with mindset, because obviously your attitude determines your altitude. But check it out. Today is a skill set kind of day. Today is a skill set kind of day. So I want everybody to share this with a few entrepreneurs. Rep your city. Good morning, Hakeem. How you feel, King? Dr. Marilyn's in the house. You're going to love this, Dr. Marilyn. Vanessa, I'm glad you made it in this morning, Queen. This is going to pay off. My man Jamal Flono is checking in. This is going to pay off. I know I'm going to see a bunch of y'all this weekend for Advanced Sales Mastery. But right now, go ahead and share this with somebody who needs it. What's up, Desiree? All right, Naptown, I made it in this morning. I love it. I love it. Whether you're checking in from YouTube, whether you're checking in from Facebook, whether you're checking in from Twitter, whether you're checking in from LinkedIn, whether you're checking in from one of the Facebook groups, let's go. Let's get it. My man Daryl checking in. Okay, then, Ralph, let's go. Y'all really going to enjoy this. My man Mark, let's get it. Let's get it. Hey, Hakeem, I'm so glad to hear that, brother. I'm so glad to hear that. It's going to be like a live edition of the Kaizen Academy. It's going to be a live edition of the Kaizen Academy. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Mark, let's go. Everybody who coming to Atlanta, you're really going to enjoy this. My man AJ, you're going to enjoy this training this morning, King. Ruby checking in from Chi-Town. Hey, this is my man AJ. He wrote, I call him Sensei. You know what I mean? He got a software that'll help you write your book mad quick. We're going to have to bring you on to kind of do something about that, AJ. Sade made it in this morning. Let's go. If you come into Atlanta for ASM, I cannot wait to see you. Advanced Sales Mastery is going to be just that. It's going to be a masterclass. Appreciate those shares, Jamal. As a matter of fact, we got 1 minute before we kick it off, Ashley. Hey, so do me a favor, Ashley. Can you share this with 3 entrepreneurs? Hey, Alan, good morning, King. Share this with 3 entrepreneurs real quick. This is one of those things that you usually only learn at places like Good Morning Millionaire or Advanced Sales Mastery. Because what I notice is that when it comes to sales, people's biggest fear, y'all, is failure. That's one of the greatest fears of every salesperson. It's failure. So what I got for you this morning is a mechanism straight from one of my mentors that'll make it so you never have to fail again. Can I get a like? Can somebody like this and share it? And right at the top of the caption, never fail again. Never fail again. If you use what I'm about to teach you, you're never going to have to lose a sale ever again. I know that sounds like a really big promise, but I want you to understand that this concept is not the kind of thing that they normally teach you in traditional school. There are places you can go to learn this stuff, but what you need to do is seek out people who are masters of their craft. That's why you're here at Good Morning Millionaire. I'm not here to say that I am a master, but I am here to let you know I'm chasing mastery. Does that make sense? And so this morning we're going to talk about a concept called the upfront contract, right? What I want you to understand is that if you want to avoid failure, all you really need to do is establish agreements with this prospect to see if there's anything that you really need to talk about. This takes the pressure off trying to close. If we both agree that there is something for us to discuss, then now we can move forward and figure out if we should do business together. If there's nothing to talk about, then ain't no harm, ain't no foul. We can both go on with our day. I get to save breath I could use on my deathbed. I get to save you stress, right? But the whole key is establishing the agreement, establishing the contract before I even try to sell you something. I always tell people one of the biggest ways to change your entrepreneurial career is recognize that if you offer me your solution before I told you my problem, you're begging. If you offer me your solution after I've shared my problem with you, well, now, listen, you're just helping me out. Everybody ducks a beggar, just like everybody loves a servant. Y'all are going to hear me say that over and over again this weekend because I think it's the point that most people miss. I want you to understand that when you walk into the doctor's office, if that fool just put his hand on your head and was like, oh, I know what this is COVID. You need to take this shot. You'd be like, arr, and run roll. You know what I mean? In your Scooby-Doo voice. You feel me? But because what the doctor does is come in and ask questions, then he asks some more questions. Then after that, watch this. He asks some more questions. You trust him when he offers his solution. Am I making sense? Am I making sense, somebody? Nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. That's true. But there are other reasons for you to ask questions. What you want to do is diagnose and then prescribe. Can somebody give me that in the comments? Diagnose and then prescribe. Diagnose and then prescribe. Type that in the comments for me, Kendra. Diagnose and then prescribe. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Diagnose and then prescribe. Everybody with me? Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. What I want you to understand is that even in sports, everybody uses upfront contracts. If you're talking about a baseball game, the umpire is going to call both of the coaches to the home plate, and they're going to talk about the rules of the game. They're going to agree on what's a foul ball. They're going to agree on what's fair. They're going to agree on what makes a home run. They review any unusual circumstances that might crack off because we're in this particular ballpark or we're on this particular field, right? Then later on during the game, the batter might hit the ball into kind of like a weird place. Maybe he hits it over above the catcher. It goes over the screen. We ain't got to argue because we already decided that's a foul ball. You got me? Why don't we do the same thing as entrepreneurs? What could be more honest than to establish a set of rules at the beginning of interacting with this prospect? What could be more upfront about that? So we call it the upfront contract, or better yet, you want to have a series of upfront contracts. It's going to save time for you. It's going to save time for the prospect. It's going to help you make more money. You're not going to offend nobody, so you get to keep your friends and keep your connections. By always arriving at an agreement up front, you and the prospect can avoid misunderstandings. Now y'all can avoid the rhetoric and the posturing and all the catchy phrases and all of that we always do when we're doing this little dance. You got me? So this upfront contract is going to improve your communication. It's going to gently enhance your posture in front of this prospect, and it's going to make you a lot more money. Somebody type it out for me, upfront contract, and then give me a share. Upfront contract. That's right. That's right. Upfront contract. We diagnose and then we prescribe. Upfront contract. We diagnose and then we prescribe. Somebody say upfront contract, Dorsey Lynn. Upfront contract. Let's go, Angel. Type it in for me, Angel. Upfront contract. Upfront contract, you heard? I'm telling you, right now, y'all don't really feel me. Y'all gonna feel me in a minute. So here's an example of how you form an upfront contract. I know we got a lot of entrepreneurs on the line. So here's how we go, right? Let's say we chopping it up, right? We meeting up, either we on the phone or maybe we in person. And I say something like this. Hey, Daryl, so let's set some ground rules for this meeting. I'd like to have the opportunity to ask you some questions about your business. And I'd also like you to ask me anything you want to know about my service. Is that okay with you? Somebody say upfront contract. You see that? That's the first upfront contract, right? Then, as we ask and answer each other's questions, I might say something like this. So Jamal, we might decide that there isn't really a fit between what you need and my service. We might decide it makes no sense at all. Check it out. If we reach that point, are you comfortable telling me that? Somebody say upfront. That's the second upfront contract. Y'all saw that? That's the second upfront contract. You with me? On the other hand, if you see my product does make sense, if you see my service does make sense, we can decide to move forward. Okay, Kendra? Somebody say third upfront contract. Third upfront contract. Y'all see that? We 3 contracts in and we ain't even get started talking about nothing. When we finish today, Kim, we can set up the ground rules as to how you and I will proceed. Is that satisfactory? Fair enough? Is that cool with you? What you got there is your 4th upfront contract. You see that? What you just did was you scored a 4th up. They just now said yes a 4th time. Are y'all seeing how this works? Are y'all seeing how this works? The more often we use upfront contracts in our sales calls, if we're doing a 3-way for somebody, now you're going to discover there's not as much need to do some big old long presentation. Why? Because when you create a series of contracts, then they can experience how your product or how your service is going to fulfill their needs, because you hold in your hand and literally walking them through it. And then as you begin to develop the contracts, you start guiding the prospect to see that your service can eliminate their problem. Your service can provide the solution they've been looking for. You got me? Millionaires, this is the time to get your sales skills together. I don't know if everybody's watching the news, but another pandemic just might crack off. And what you're going to do? You're going to be somewhere where you're going to have to sell or you're going to die. You get me? You're going to have to learn how to create things out of nothing. You're going to learn have to learn how to, because there's infinite money around us. You know how I know? Because there are infinite problems around us. And businesses exist to solve problems. Somebody say, thank God I'm an entrepreneur. Thank God I'm an entrepreneur. Now, some of y'all might not be able to spell entrepreneur, and that's perfectly okay. So you can say, thank God I'm a businessman, or thank God I'm a businesswoman. You know what I mean? But learn how to spell entrepreneur. My whole point is you should thank the Most High that he opened up your mind to allow your potential to shine. You should thank the Most High that he gave you this opportunity to live around all these people with all these problems. Because check it out. We're all willing to trade $10 to solve a $100 problem. We're all willing to trade $100 to solve a $1,000 problem. We're all willing to trade $1,000 to solve a $10,000 problem, to solve a $50,000 problem, to solve a $100,000 problem. Am I making sense for you? Everybody on the planet would do that. That's how you know you're surrounded by infinite money, because there are infinite problems around you. And all I'm sharing with you this morning is by establishing upfront contracts, you ain't guaranteed to get every order, but I guarantee you control of your process. You hear me? I guarantee you control of your selling process every step of the way, because questions are the answer. Somebody give it to me in the comments. Questions are the answer. And as a salesperson, as an entrepreneur, you're going to get in the habit of never making a move without knowing in advance what's going to happen when you do. You know, even small items, you can use upfront contracts. You know, your prospect asks you to call back on Thursday, but you don't know why. So maybe you hit them with this. You'd be like, hey, Kendra, I'm happy to call you back on Thursday, but what'll happen when we talk on Thursday? Before you give up control of this selling situation, take the opportunity to get an upfront contract. Am I making sense? It's not going to be easy, because it's asking you to step out your comfort zone and change your behavior, right? Y'all know I'm always working on you with your mindset so that you can adapt a lot easier. At first, it's going to feel awkward, right? But the more you use this technique, just like anything else, the more you're going to master it. The faster you're going to master it. You got me? Questions are the answer. And this is the last thing I'll say about this, and we're going to go do our affirmations. The most important upfront contract you'll ever make is with yourself. Woo! I don't know who I'm talking to right now. It's the contract that says nothing is going to make me quit this entrepreneurship thing until I figure it out, right? The only way you can break that contract is to quit. Don't. All right, it's affirmation time. Speaking of that, speaking of talking to ourselves like we love ourselves, it's affirmation time. Was that helpful? Scale of 1 to 10. How helpful was that? If you give it a 10, that means you got to use it. That means you got to go back. You got to give us a replay, gang, right? You got to share this with some entrepreneurs so that y'all can go over the best kind of upfront contracts to use. You got to share this with your accountability partner. You feeling me, Vanessa? You feeling me, Vanessa? That's why these skill set classes are so important. So now it's affirmation time. It's affirmation time. Let's get it. Let's get it. Good, Dr. Marilyn. I told you. I told you. Yeah, Desiree. I love it, Letitia. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, Sade. Sade said that thing was a 10. My man Daryl said that was a 10 plus 10. All right, so that means the people are going. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, Katrina. Yeah, let's go. All right, Angel. So it's affirmation time. Let's go. It's affirmation time. Call into the number right now. Uh-oh, Kendra asking the question. So how would you respond? I wonder what she about to say right there. All right, but it's affirmation time. Be calling in right now. We're about to start up our affirmations. Maybe we'll get to Kendra's question on Free Coaching Friday. We shall see. All right, y'all, let's get it. All right, repeat after me. Say it like you mean it. Everybody ready? It's not showing up, Kendra, but we'll kick it. We'll kick it. Join Free Coaching Friday, or, if you really want to get busy with us, then join the Kaizen Academy. And we got your back, Queen. All right, y'all, it's affirmation time. Let's get it. Repeat after me. Say it like you mean it. These are the 2 shortest yet most powerful words in the whole English language. We talking about I am. That's what God said. Y'all know Moses, the cat that wrote Genesis and all of this other stuff, right? When God chopping it up with him, he like, I am that I am. You know what I mean? These are really powerful words, because whatever you say after that, 73 trillion cells in your body are listening to it. Whatever you say after that becomes a command to your subconscious, which is kind of like the pilot of your ship here. So take I am really, really serious. And we're going to do it together right now. All right. So repeat after me. Say it like you mean it. Here we go. I am so happy and grateful